let's go. Let's open this box together.
You need to find on the...
Why are you trying to fight me with a cucumber? I've just hit 100k on YouTube. I'm excited. Let's see what's in this box. And before I do that, you know, I've got these 100k balloons that my wife got for me. As a kid growing up, I see all these YouTubers have it, and now I'm having it now, right? So let's go. Let's open this box together. So what's in it? Congratulations on your subscriber milestone. We are honoured to take part in recognising your achievement and want your experience to be exceptional. From your boss man, Rick. Letter on YouTube. And a black box. There you go.
Empty.
It's empty. It's empty. I got scammed. Nah, joking. Actually get. Boom.
Oh.
Can you see that? It says presented to Andy Fang for passing 100k subscribers.
What's your mirror?
And a mirror. I thought it was going to be heavier.
Can I see?
Yeah, you can see. I thought it was going to be heavier.
Oh. I think that's not.
I think it's a kilo, which is equivalent to 2 of this, which is body fat, right? 2 of this.
You can check your...
When I was 13, that was like what, over 10, 15 years ago. I see all these YouTubers, man. They'll have this in their hand, they have the balloons. And now I'm living that moment. It's weird, man. It's weird, I'm telling you, it's weird.
I mean, I don't want to bust your bubble, but I'm not 13, 10 or 15 years ago.
I am. I don't know how old I am.
You have taken years.
I don't know how old I am now. But I always knew that I was going to get a play button. But like, it was the matter of like, when will I actually get it?
Your subscribers and your followers on different platforms have been asking you questions. And I think today is the perfect day to answer them and take everybody on a day in the life.
Yeah, let's go. What's the first question? Let's go.
He says, you're an inspiration, bro. Just want to ask, what made you decide to start this channel?
Oh, well, I could go all day explaining this. But first of all, thank you very much. Thank you for watching. And to answer your question, so one of the reasons why I started this channel is because there is so much misinformation when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to health, when it comes to fitness, right? And just like a lot of people, right? When I first started my journey, I fell for these trends. I fell for these fad diets, right? I even tried them myself, right? A lot of what fitness and nutrition, you know, the way it's portrayed damaged my relationship, you know, with food and also exercise, and then also like body dysmorphia. I know there are so many people out there that's going through the exact same thing, right? And when I started, there wasn't a source or a reliable channel or a source of, you know, information. There's loads of blogs, but how do you know they're trustworthy, right? So the missing gap was obviously the science. It evolved to a point where like loads of people started sending me messages saying, you know, thank you so much for your videos. You've helped me heal my relationship with food and training. You see, you know, you help me perceive it in such a different way now. You help simplify things in a different way. Real, like practical tips and actions and advice that actually, well, change your life, right? And obviously this is what I do now, right? I also help hundreds of clients do the same thing. But this is one of the reasons why I started that channel, or this channel, is because so I can help you.
How can people who don't have nutrition qualifications avoid bad advice on social media?
Unfollow the people who are grifting. If they start off with the words like, don't do this, don't eat this, don't do this exercise, it causes inflammation, it's going to affect your mitochondria.
Your gut microbiome.
Yeah, your gut microbiome. Unfollow them and then just follow the people who actually cite evidence. And when I say cite evidence, I mean like things like umbrella reviews, meta-analysis, and also sample size. I think that's really important.
So that leads us into the next question, which is, how long do you spend on research for your videos?
If it's a new trend that's been like just trending, so it could take like hour to hour and a half to sort of get everything together, because you know the purpose of science is to draw data from everywhere and then form one conclusion, right? So it's never from a single study. That's not enough. The hierarchy of evidence is umbrella reviews and then meta-analysis. So looking at that first, that's going to take hour to an hour and a half, and then just finding the, you know, text that you often see in my videos.
What is your personal favourite video out of all your content?
I think a Costco chicken, just because I find it hilarious that bruvs and she-bruvs are beefing with red edible seaweed, aka carrageenan, right? And they just follow the same script. It's not even anything original, and they always point out a plastic bag and they're saying how it's hot, and then they proceed to hold it throughout the video. And what's funny as well is it's always the Costco chicken, but then they never say anything about the ribs or the chicken wings that's like right next to the Costco rotisserie chicken. Makes no sense, man. They're just grifting. That and the cooking ones. I've really enjoyed doing the cooking ones as well.
How many Costco chickens have you had?
Not that many. That's the truth, man. I think we only got Costco membership November 2025. Yeah. But yeah, only a few, maybe like, what, 5 times?
Which I think is the funniest thing.
But then they're used for the videos. They're also used for the videos.
So the other questions that we have, there's quite a few about gym routines and your favourite exercises. So I think we should go to the gym.
Let's go. Okay, today we're going to be doing 1k run, 1000 meter row, 1k run, 1000 meter ski, lunge, 100 wall balls after a quick strength training session at the beginning. Are you ready?
No!
Why not?
What do you mean strength training at the beginning? And then all that other stuff. You've just done 2 gym workouts in one day.
It's all part of it. When you're doing Hyrox, you're going to be, when you go into these stations anyway, you're going to be tired anyway.
I'm going to be tired now.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, do you feel like you fueled up enough? Fighting. Got this.
10:59. Breakfast stops at 11. 10:59.
Nice. Got it in time.
We need this.
What do we get? We got 1 sausage egg muffin, 1 sausage sandwich with ketchup just to give it a try, 1 hash brown, 1 flat white, and 1 promo latte. There you go.
Wow. Not dying on the treadmill today.
Yep.
So one of the questions that came through was actually about what you like to have before a workout. Like, do you have pre-workouts? Do you think pre-workouts are like beneficial? Like, what are your thoughts? We've just had a McDonald's breakfast.
Yeah, so 2 things. It depends on your overall lifestyle, it depends on your schedule, right? So for me personally, I don't use or take pre-workouts just because, you know, there are side effects, you know, that I probably wouldn't be comfortable with. So, you know, just going through like meta-analysis and things like that, caffeine has shown to be an ergogenic aid. So actually normally what I normally have, right, is flat white, right? So coffee, obviously it's got caffeine. Obviously it doesn't make you jittery. Well, it doesn't make me as jittery. And then of course I have a clear way mango with 10 grams of creatine as well. Also in pre-workouts, is there not like equivalent of 3 or 4 coffees? Oh yeah, there's over, it can range between 300 milligrams to 500 milligrams of caffeine, which for the average person does not need. But you know, unless you're like competitive and you're competing in a sport that requires all that, you know, energy, you know, that feeling, for example, like powerlifting, right? Then you know, you might want to use pre-workouts, but you know, it's not for everyone, basically.
I was like, oh my god, I'm never going to learn to drive. Never ever. It was so stressful. I feel for that person. At least they didn't get stuck in the middle.
Yeah.
It was right in the middle. Could not get the clutch up. Crazy times.
Crazy time.
Still passed first time.
Nice.
How about you?
No, I didn't pass first time. But I should have passed first time.
But passed second time?
No. I don't think the guy liked me, man. I don't think he liked me.
How many times?
I don't know, 4? So we just did our 10-minute strength training sort of superset. Now we're going to be moving on to our Hyrox. But before that, let's answer another Q&A.
So one of the questions was, what is your favourite exercise to do?
Favorite exercise, so it would be Olympic lifting, right? So snatches, clean and jerks. I love deadlifts, and recently, because I'm doing Hyrox, sled push. Just really love doing sled push. Currently, I'm doing like 250 is sort of my PB right now, but I just love, sled push. But yeah.
Just love moving a bunch of weights around.
Yeah, just moving a bunch of weight. Mass moves mass, but my mass, I'm a tiny guy, but I like showing people like how much mass you can move if you're tiny, right? So yeah, and it goes to show, right? You don't need, you can be small but strong. You don't necessarily have to have like this bodybuilder look to be strong, right? If you ever watch Physical 100, right, you probably know what I mean. If it ever comes to UK, I'm in. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's get to it. The Hyrox mixed doubles, 1K run, 1,000 meter. Well, we're gonna switch up the order. 1K run, 1,000 meter road, 1K run, 1,000 meter ski, 1K run into lunges, and then burpees, and then sled push,
and then
collapse, aka 100 wall balls. But we're going to do doing thrusters instead because we can't really throw it at the ball anyway. But yeah, let's go.
And I need my headphones because Andy runs so quick and so fast next to me on the treadmill. It is so off-putting, so I need to drown him out with something. Wait, you'll see what I mean.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Alright, so post-workout, if I'm not going to be having a meal 3 hours after, I have a more protein satisfied bar, and it just so happens for banana as well. So I'll be having these two, plus protein shake that's almost finished. So this is what I have. Bananas for the quick digesting carbs, right, to replenish glycogen. So glycogen is converted from carbs and is stored in your muscles. And then the more protein satisfies bar, right? So protein, again, to speed up recovery and muscle building, right? And then obviously the protein shake, clear whey, most bioavailable form of whey protein there is, plus the 10 grams of creatine to maximize recovery as well.
What advice would you give somebody who's just starting out trying to eat better?
Trying to eat better, I would say try and stick with nutrient dense foods. So start when you go shopping, for example, right? start from the fruit section, start from the vegetable section, and then work your way around the outside before you go into the middle. Just because obviously this section is fruit and veg, then it'll be meat for your protein, right? And you're also getting your fiber from the fruit and veg section, get your protein, then obviously like dairy if you eat dairy, right? So you're getting your milk, yogurt, and most of them are actually low calories as well, so that's a good place to start. And then obviously you save, you know, the pastries, the crisps, the chips if you're a psycho, right, till last, right? So if you do it in that order and you prioritize, right, shifting that mindset, prioritize nutrient dense foods first. So 80% whole foods, right, like fruit and veg, meats, right, and then like the snacks, you know, the fun stuff, 20%. So if you follow that principle of 80, 20%, to start there, that will, you know, lead you to a better, better choices, right? Making smarter, healthier choices.
And shop with meals in mind, don't just randomly pick.
Yeah, and also look for red stickers. So like this is 50% off. So of course, you know, if it's 50% off, you get 2, right? So the more, the better, right?
50% off, only 50% of the calories now?
Yes, exactly. So make sure you look for the red stickers. You won't regret it.
But you have meals in mind when you're shopping. Don't just buy this and that for no reason. Like, think this is what I'm...
Yeah, so intention, right? Same way when you work out, right? Say you're trying to build muscle, you're doing 5 push-ups, 10 push-ups, right? Doing bench press, you're doing deadlifts, you're doing these movements with intention, aren't you? Right? You're not just like sort of winging it, because if you're winging it, your form's gonna break down, right? Why are you trying to fight me with a cucumber? What we've done, we started with the fruit and veg section, right? And this is just the first section. So now coming over this side, and it's meat and protein. So what we like to do is we alternate, you know, chicken, salmon, beef, right, throughout the week. And obviously, again, look for the red stickers. You won't regret it. What do we have? Chicken thighs, chicken drumstick, chicken legs. Let's go for chicken legs. Unless you want a whole chicken. Yeah, chicken wrapped in plastic. We love the plastic. Got to make sure you eat the plastic for extra nutrients.
When you cook it in the plastic.
1.6 kilos of chicken, and you can make broth with that. You can make a lot of recipes with that. Do you want that one? Grab this.
Right. But then you can use it as a blackboard. It's going to be an artist, or he can use it as a desk. See? So basically, it's like £30, but basically it's like £10 per function. Really? Can I get it?
Now.
Yeah.
Well,
and it's heavy, so it's extra strength training to carry around.
That you're going to do. Strength training that you're going to do. For your Hyrox. Farmer's curry.
I was hoping to do more training. You know, when I had a 3-hour gym session today,
Yeah.
I thought, you know what I've not done? I've not done enough.
You haven't done enough.
And so this thing, it can't be that.
Go on then. Training is still in session. Still in session. There you go.
It's not even heavy.
Not even heavy. Yeah, look. Hey! Hey! Hey!
Oh no.
Yeah, it's like a lasagna.
Oh no. Were your family supportive of you when you started making content?
I don't think, well, like, I have traditional Asian parents, so they have no idea what I was doing, right? When I quit my job and decided to go all in, they had no idea what content creation was. They didn't know about like fitness coaching. They didn't know about, just filming. They saw me filming, editing, but on the whole, they didn't actually know what I was doing. They didn't really get it.
They also thought you were on your way to become an accountant.
Oh yes, they thought I was going to become a chartered accountant, but yeah, no, that was not my path.
Personally, I think your wife has been super supportive of your journey.
Yeah, so wife is more supportive. Wife
In the world.
in the world.
What creators have inspired you?
Actually, after Physical 100, Amoti, I watched the most, and Honbom Sok, and also Sungbin. They're Korean fitness YouTubers, and then obviously most of their videos in Korean. I can't understand them. Sometimes the YouTube subtitles are there, but if they're not, my wife is there to translate for me. Yeah, one day I'd like to train with Amoti, Sungbin.
In fact, you always watch them before you go to the gym.
Yeah.
It's good motivation.
I'm motivation.
I lined you up for that.
I don't need motivation, I need a motivation. And that's because one day I hope to be on Physical 100 as well. And that's all the questions for this video. If you have any other questions, feel free to drop them down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.